Awesome. I am going to be recording today my first video. I'm going to show you how to make a sticker. And I figured out how to record my voice while I do screen record, so this is pretty awesome. As you can see, I've already done a few stickers. I've been playing around with a lot of different things. I've watched a lot of different YouTube videos, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to create a new canvas, and I'm going to start with this paper size, but I want to increase it here under canvas. I'm going to click on settings. We're going to go 12 by 12 because then it'll fit perfectly with the Cricut. Now, I always like to have the drawing guide on because it just helps me make sure everything is nice and straight. And I know Easter's coming up, so I was thinking about doing a bunny sticker. So we're going to go and find our bunny sticker, and one of my favorite new websites to get clean images is nicepng.com. So we're going to look up a bunny, and we'll see what we get. There's a lot of advertisements on here. You just have to kind of skip past them, and you know what? I like this one. Now, nicepng.com is completely free. You just have to click a few times to get the image that you want. And here it is. Now I'm using an iPad, so we're just going to do a long press, add to photos. Now we've got our image. Now let's get our phrase. And the one thing I really like for really nice fonts that's also completely free is fontmeme.com. And we go to collection, and I'm thinking I want something decorative, but we can also just do a search for Easter and see what they have. And oh, I like these. The eggs seem a bit much, but I think I want to go with this one. Well, hello Easter. And you know what? I think I want to do that too. Hello. Oh, I can spell correctly. Hello Easter. Now when I use this, I like to do this. I do a lot of this with some crafty stuff I do with work. We're going to make it black because really we can make it any color we want. And generate. And there it is. Now this is also a PNG. So we just long press, add to photos. And now we're ready to make our sticker. So we've got our first layer here, which apparently has some drawing on it. Now I cleared that out. I used 3 fingers and I wiggled them to clear them out, which is a really cool feature. Otherwise you can just click on here and click clear anyways. So let's add our bunny, insert a photo. Here's our bunny. It's kind of small, so let's make him big. Let's get him right in the center. Because when we export this to our Cricut, we can make it any size we want. But when we're working with it, I like to make it nice and big. And now that we've got that, I like to get rid of the background. And as you can see, there's some stuff that goes around it. So whoever uploaded it originally, they had some stuff going on. So we're just gonna erase those little bits. But what I learned recently to get those nice borders that they have is we're going to duplicate. I'm going to uncheck it so the first layer is hidden. Our second layer here, we're going to go ahead and create a third layer, and this is going to be our clipping mask. We've got white for our color. I'm going to make sure we're on a nice big brush because we're going to color it all in white. because we don't need any of it showing for this layer. And then we're going to merge this layer with our second layer. So now we've got our white outline. We're going to go to the magic wand, click on Gaussian blur, one of my favorite things to say, and we're just going to blur just a little bit, like 9, 10, let's do 10%. I like 10%. Great. Now I'm going to unclick that, click on our little squiggle S to make sure it's on automatic, and add, go right in the center where it's pretty opaque, and make it bold. So that's like, it says 95.6. We could even go down to, if you want to like a thinner border, like 65.5 is probably as thin as it's going to get, because if we now bring this back and put this on top, there is our border. And we're going to leave those two separated. So there's our border. Now the interesting thing with this is that you'll see that the lines are kind of pixelated. When we send it to the Cricut, and I'm figuring this out still, but it's going to follow those pixels, and I don't want that. So when I figure out how to get rid of that and get it nice and smooth, I'm going to share that also. But now let's add our Hello Easter. So we've created a third layer. We're going to insert a photo, and here is our Hello Easter. Now we're going to go ahead and hide layers 1 and 2, and this is kind of fun, and I've been playing around with rainbow palettes. I can make a video on how my mom showed me how to make palettes, because this is pretty fun. But let's go ahead and find a nice gradient that we have, like this one. I like the blues, but I like this flourish. So let's do that. Let's start with this one. And let's just color it in. And we're just selecting each one as we go. 5, 6. And we could even just do this and head back. 4, 3, 2, and the starting. I like that a lot, actually. And we're going to do the same thing with this. We've got our first layer. We're going to duplicate this. Let's hide layer 1. Then we're going to add another layer, call it a clipping mask, and color it white. Because this layer doesn't matter. And we're going to go back and Gaussian blur. Let's do the 10% again. We have to merge this layer down, and then we can do our 10% Gaussian blur. Perfect. So there it is. And then this one, same thing. Some pieces you might have to do it a couple of touches, and that's when you know it's too much. Okay, so let's try this again. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Go back. And it is okay to make mistakes. And there's our Hello Easter. And now we're going to make these visible too. And we're going to merge this one down. And we're on our Hello Easter. Let's put it in position where we want it. Put it right here at the bottom. Like that. Now we're going to get our bunny merged down. Now here's how I want to, you know what, actually I don't like that. So again, it is okay to make mistakes. It is absolutely okay to make mistakes. And this one, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this right here. We're going to move it down to where we wanted it. I'm going to grab this one, do the same thing. You see, it's not perfect, but we are not done. So I wouldn't worry about that just yet, but I wanted the letters in front and the white behind. So now we can just go ahead and merge all of these together. There we go. Now to finish this, I'm going to grab here my monoline because this is going to be nice and smooth, what I have found so far. And we are going to do an outline on a new layer beneath. So that way then it shows up right behind what we're trying to do. And we're going to connect everything. Beneath. And it ends up making things a little bit thicker, but that's okay. That's why I made the first border panel thinner. And you can turn your work. I love that you can turn your work in Procreate. And then this will remove those little pixel lines. Nope, I don't like that. If you tap 2 fingers, it'll undo what you just did. There we go. You don't have to be a perfectionist, but you can have fun with it. And then what I like to do, fill it in. So this is a little sticker. You can see that there are some pieces that are not exactly perfect that we can actually go in with white. Let's get really small. Now you can see that. No, I don't want to keep that. Alright, let's turn off our drawing guide. And there it is. There's our sticker. And it was just really easy to make. A lot of just copying and pasting. But hello Easter. When you are ready to export it to print out, And like I said, we've got this 12 by 12 canvas. Now that everything is, let's see here, let's merge this down. So we've got our one layer, we don't need a background, but this is our sticker. We're going to share, and we're going to share it as a PNG so that we can save the image to our photos. And then we can go ahead and pop it into Design Space. I like to use Design Space. We've got a Cricut Air 2, Air Explorer 2, and a Joy. We're going to go to Canvas. You see what we just recently did. We'll just get rid of that. Upload from photo library. And then it's going to bring you through cleaning up the image. Now there is an option to smooth this out here. And that works too. So great. Next. Hello, bunny. Sticker. You can name it whatever you want. Whatever sticker you make. And even if you spell it incorrectly, you just go back and fix it anyways. And then for this one, because of what we've done, this has to be a print and cut, which I've learned that you cannot do a print and cut on a Joy. You have to have a larger Cricut machine or a Silhouette in order to do it. And then here is our image. We're going to insert it. Now this image is 6 by 9. But the really cool thing about a print journal, you can make it any size you want. So you want to have a 2-inch, a 4-inch. Well, this is a 4-inch. But if you just wanted to make them small, 2 inches wide, there it is. Because then you can get fancy and you want to make a whole bunch of them. Say if you are selling them on your Etsy, well, there you can do a whole bunch of them. Now at Cricut, I've learned when you are printing these, requires it to be 9 1/4 by 6 1/2 at the largest size for layers. So if I were to duplicate this again and then attach them, we'll get this little pop-up. It says 6.75 times 9.25 or less. So we have the Explorer. So what I would do is I would detach them and just simply do that. So I could print 9 of these at a time at 2 inches wide. And then when you're ready to make it, you just click make it and follow your on screen. One thing I have found nice is that when you're printing stuff like this, turn off the bleed because we have a border. We don't need a bleed because we're not going right to the edge cutting it. And then, of course, click print first. And I did recently find some really nice glossy photo paper on Amazon. I will go ahead and share a link. I've had a lot of really nice photos turn out for stickers with this new paper, and I'm really happy with it. And I'll copy the links to my 2 favorite sites on the information below. So that is our Hello Easter sticker. I'm actually kind of really happy with it.